My name is Jimmy Gurule. I'm a law professor at Notre Dame Law School. I teach in the field of criminal law and counterterrorism. I joined the law faculty from the practice of law. I was a federal prosecutor in Los Angeles and deputy chief of the major narcotics section before I joined the law faculty at Notre Dame. Well, it means that this is a lawyer that's not solely interested in a lucrative legal career, but instead has an interest in serving the greater good and serving the greater good of the public, that has an interest in the moral and ethical questions of the law, that is interested in some of the religious Catholic dimensions of law and public policy. Most recently, I have been serving as a faculty advisor to the Notre Dame Law School chapter of the Innocence Project. And this affords law students an opportunity to participate in research involving defendants that were wrongly convicted, and to assist in exonerating those convictions and freeing people that have been wrongfully convicted by the criminal justice system. I'm also the faculty advisor to the Hispanic Law Student Association and the Future Prosecuting Attorneys Council. The Future Prosecuting Attorneys Council is a student organization for law students that are interested in practicing as prosecutors upon graduation from law school. And that organization brings to Notre Dame judges, federal prosecutors, state prosecutors, defense lawyers to talk about their work in the criminal justice system. I was appointed to the position by then President George W. Bush, and the Undersecretary is the third highest ranking position in the Treasury Department. And I was sworn into office. I was confirmed by the United States Senate, appointed by the President, confirmed by the Senate, sworn into office in August of 2001, literally about 3 weeks before the 9/11 terror attacks. And my responsibility after the terrorist attacks was to go after the financing of the terrorists responsible for that heinous attack. And that was my challenge and my responsibility for 2 years until 2003. And I was responsible for drafting and implementing the first U.S. government counter-terrorist financing strategy. When I returned to Notre Dame Law School in 2003, it afforded me an opportunity to step back and to evaluate the work that I was involved in at the Treasury Department. And the critical question for me was, what was the strategy that we had developed? What were the essential components of that strategy to go after the financing of Al-Qaeda and related terrorist organizations? And was that strategy effective? And if not, why not? And what needed to be done to strengthen and to make that strategy more effective? And so I began to research that issue and published a book titled Unfunding Terror: The Legal Response to the Financing of Global Terrorism. It has afforded me an opportunity to be involved in setting public policy. I've served in two presidential administrations. I served as Assistant Attorney General for the U.S. Department of Justice under George Herbert Walker Bush, and then as Undersecretary for the Treasury Department for former President George W. Bush. And Notre Dame has afforded me opportunities to leave Notre Dame, to pursue those policy positions, and then to support my research coming back to Notre Dame, to take the practical applications of what I learned and to research those issues and provide recommendations to Congress on how to strengthen and enhance these important public policy decisions.